We are the one, the light in the dark. One heart, one world, one spark. We are the one, together we rise. One dream, one voice, one sky.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Women Empowered Across the World. And this is our podcast. And my podcast host today with me is Jackie Zaccoli from Arizona, her Hearts in Africa and Global. And then Alina from Poland, and she is in Africa. Many countries in Africa. So I'm going to say her heart's global too. And then I'm Carol Witt, and I'm the founder and director for YEA Global, and we just went into 63 countries. So we have the pleasure of having Saskia on our call today. She's our guest speaker, and guys, get ready to be inspired. Come join us.
Well, hello there. Thank you so much for having me on this amazing platform, Carol and Jackie. It's indeed an honor to be here. I am so excited to share my story, not just as a global award winning speaker and mindset strategist and executive trainer, but as someone who has lived through adversity in the personal and the professional realm and emerged stronger and ready to empower other professionals around the world. So my journey began, I would say, in the corporate trenches, in the high stakes world of engineering leadership. And so for 18 years, I thrived in those trenches, navigating just relentless pressure, late nights, pagers going off all times of the day, and the unyielding demands of leadership in a predominantly male dominated field. So behind every accolade and promotion, I battled the silent epidemic that so many high achievers, peak performers face. And we all know what that is: burnout, stress, toxic stress. I know what it's like to feel the crushing weight of expectations, to really push through exhaustion, and to just wonder if the sacrifices are really worth it at all. It was in the crucible of adversity that I discovered my true calling, my purpose in this world. And it was not just to survive, it was to help others rise above, empower others, encourage others in excellence so that they can see really why they were placed, why they're here in this world. So for my own struggle, I founded BoostThru, which is a consultancy at the intersection of human sustainability, trauma informed, I should say burnout informed leadership, and performance coaching. And so my mission is very clear. It's to help corporate leaders transform their burnout into breakthrough. Isn't that an amazing thing? So through BoostThru, I have become a beacon of hope for those professionals seeking to really navigate high stress environments with their influential power dynamics issues and burnout issues without losing their edge or losing their soul. And that's really important. So my approach is really profound, it's practical. I look at it from a seasonal journey perspective, blending hard won experience with cutting edge resilience training. And I don't just talk about the change, I deliver it, equipping teams. The other day, I had the opportunity to educate resilience, just provide resilience training to firefighters, local firefighters, and they really received that well. They got so much from it. Actionable tools, pouring all those actionable tools and wisdom to further proof themselves in the face of adversity. So my impact has really rippled through continents. I'm honored to have received the Brains Queer Global Award for Mental Health and Sustainability, and the Global Community Champion Award from Luwani Leaders of All Nations, an amazing organization led by Professor Makaka. What amazing work they're doing in this world. And I got the opportunity to be a part of that. So many countries around. And of course, being a marquee who is who, top engineer and empowerment coach. So my work is far reaching and it's impacting lives. And I'm so very grateful for that opportunity to do so. So my book, Mindset Mastery, Unleashing Your Inner Victor in Corporate Adversities, and my suite of resilience e-courses, seasonal resiliency e-courses, are really amazing go-to resources for organizations seeking employees, for their employees, mental health and well-being, joy in the workplace, leadership retention, which is as a direct impact of that higher level of engagement that you'd receive from consuming these resources that I've designed with the professionals in mind, because there weren't really any tools and nuggets out there to help, no coping mechanisms at all. So that's why I actually went to action. So it's really all about cultural transformation within the workplaces, both in the corporate space as well in the entrepreneur space. So now being a catalyst for cultural change and challenging organizations to really prioritize emotional health and well-being over data performance and metrics delivery and all those things, which are important, but they should never be prioritized over human mental and emotional needs. So I have a call. I have a call today for 101 resilient women out there. Those who have left their stories, left the world out of their stories. And they know it's time to share. It's time to give other women, other aspiring women, that hope that they too can emerge victorious, right? They too can conquer, whether, most likely in the entrepreneurial realm, right? And moving from corporate loss to entrepreneurial triumph, like I have. So it's a global call really for them to leave that lasting legacy footprint. Share those stories of transformation, resilience, and empowerment. It's really not about just storytelling. You can get that anywhere. But it's really a call for those resilient women, leaders out there who have that story of impact to really create a living legacy of hope, courage, and possibilities. So I know that every woman has faced, who actually worked in the corporate world, corporate adversities. And quite a bit of them have risen to create their own path, really creating that spark that ignites change in others. So by gathering that collection of stories and having that collective press release across top premium outlets, it would just be an amazing gift to women to rise higher to the calling, right? So I'm really waving that tapestry of resilience, one that will inspire generations to come and prove that loss can indeed be that birthplace of legacy. And you notice I'm talking a lot about legacy because that is really, really key. We need to be able to have peace that when we leave this world, we're leaving something tangible. People need to understand the intricacies of the journey that we walked. And it will be a disservice. It will be a disservice to the world if we have women, particularly those who actually worked in corporate America, who survived and who thrived, right? Just not sharing those stories so that they can really elevate and inspire aspiring executive women leaders and those who are looking to even try, a challenge in the entrepreneurial world, to show that somebody actually did that and achieved that. That is really, really instrumental. So as a global resilience ambassador, I have to say this. I stand as a powerhouse of hope and transformation. I am living proof that adversity is not the end of the story, but the beginning of a whole new beautiful chapter. So that's my clarion call to leaders today. Transform that stress into strategy, pain into purpose, and burnout into breakthrough. So all of you resilient women listening to me today, join in, claim your chapter today, be a part of that story, that transformative movement, right? Because resilience is really not just about bouncing back or bouncing forward, rather. It's about bouncing forward, but stronger and more inspired than ever. And that's where we need you. that you are that source of inspiration. You are the key ingredient in shaping the future. So I ask you, as you listen to my journey today, to really invest in your journey, invest in your legacy, and invest in the breakthrough of another professional woman out there that's really desperately needing that help and that source of encouragement. So my link is celebritybossbooks.com // from corporate loss to entrepreneurial triumph. I can leave that in the show notes, but it's really a call to action for the community to join this community of powerhouse women who can uplift and empower one another in the first of our, what I'd say, debut of our anthology series, The Power Within. We'll be asking the gentlemen to join, but now we're asking the ladies to lead in this first book of the 10-book series. To leave your legacy today, one thing I ask you to remember: leave that legacy of resilience, courage, and triumph today for generations to come. They will thank you. Don't let your story go untold. Not for another day. Thank you so much.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, so you have a little more time. Can you tell us a little more about what the pieces are to joining that movement? Like, how many people can participate, and price, and any of that, so that we have more information that can go out.
And thank you so much. Yes. And again, it's really not just about storytelling, it's about leaving that legacy footprint. And so I am inviting every woman leader, resilient woman leader who had a corporate or a corporate past to really join in and claim their chapter for just $7.97, and they get to be in that collective press release that's going out to top premium outlets, and they get to join that powerhouse circle of resilient women out there and build that community, because it's not just about writing a book, it's about sharing its story and uplifting the entire community. Now, I actually had the opportunity to join amazing women in this whole mission publishing team, Dr. Dawn Anderson. She's a former chief of the Atlanta Business Journal. You have all the experts here, but of course myself, who can lead and help you share that story in excellence with the entire world. And what a dream it will be for you and for all the women out there who are just waiting to hear from you.
Wow, Saskia, coming from a corporate world, thank you. Thank you for creating this space for women to really and truly create a legacy for themselves, leave something behind, and inspire the youth that are our future leaders. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's truly an honor.
Wow. Okay, guys, who has a question for Saskia? Alina.
Yes.
I could tell you were getting ready, and then I'll have
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's a short question. Thank you very much, Saskia. It was very interesting to listen to what you're doing and what it's all about. And my first question is, from your experience, what is the biggest barrier for women leaders to overcome in this corporate world?
Yes. Excellent question. I would say confidence. Confidence. I know it may be something that's overplayed or a word that's overplayed, but we have not yet conquered that as professional women leaders. And in order for us to move forward in surety and positivity and really influence in an amazing way those women leaders that are coming up in the pipeline behind us, we have to be sure in terms of who we are, take position and take control. I have personally seen women leaders, even the corporate world, they may have positions where their confidence, it doesn't match. It does not match
Mhm.
the position, the title that they hold. So we wonder why. Why is that? It's because we are not coming together as a collective body to really encourage others to walk in your uniqueness, to walk in your strength. And that if you do show emotions, it's quite okay. That doesn't make that you're less of a leader. It shows compassion, it shows empathy, it shows intelligence. And so we need to really rise. It's time for us to just not take how society has defined us anymore as sort of weaker in terms of our approach in as business leaders when we walk into a boardroom and own our space. We're not owning our space well. We're not. And so we have all these women that are looking to us. What are we leaving? And that's exactly why I created the Breaking Barriers interview series for women executive leaders. I've had CEOs who came on there, CFOs, and who share their stories from mining, all male dominated traditional roles.
Yeah.
But we know there's a call to action for women to take control in innovation hubs, in politics, in education, and everything. I've had presidents of universities that I interviewed right there on the BoostThru's Resilience Power TV show, and one episode is going to be aired at 10 a.m. today. So we have the people we can learn from. We need to hear from them. And that's the same thing with the story sharing. If you do not impart your knowledge to others and your experiences to others, how can we as women really improve? How can we really rise if we're judging each other, right? And we're saying, okay, well, I get to the top and really I don't really care too much about how others are going to get there. And you know that there are some key intricacies that you really had to battle while you were there so that you can be successful and stay in that position, right? And other women need to hear that. So it is a disservice. It's a disservice. So it's time for us to leave that legacy. It's time for transformation. And it is now.
Beautiful.
Thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you.
beautiful. Okay.
Powerful.
Jackie, you have your hand up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to, I'm the concrete kind of person. I like to know exactly what it is that you're doing, and I've, I believe and love all that you're doing. I just want to get the specifics in my mind. So you have created a group, Breaking Barrier interview series, and you have your TV show, or you're going to be on a TV show. You are working with your book, and then you are working in corporate for building teams. Is that the concept?
So I used to work in a corporate. I've had 18 years of corporate visionary engineering lead. I'm a chemical engineer by
Right,
training.
right.
So I left that in 2023. I left that space so that I can fulfill my purpose, which is so needed. But in terms of the shows, I do have the Breaking Barriers. I'm the host of the Breaking Barriers interview series. I recorded a series of interviews, roughly 13 already of women. And I started sharing that in the first quarter so that people can be encouraged, get leadership insights from executive women leaders to hear their stories of their resilience building and emotional intelligence and their journey. And so that's aired every Friday at 10 a.m. Arizona Mountain Time. So we're doing that for
Got it.
weeks now. But besides that, there is the book, The Power Within, which is that source of resilience and empowerment. I personally wrote my 10 chapters of my experiences across living in 4 different countries in The Power Within, right? But I am inviting fellow women and men professional leaders to share their stories on the different teams. Different teams would be like corporate overcoming corporate talent marginalization, um, the veterans who are dealing with natural disasters and those things that I actually personally experienced, but we need to hear from others so that they can be encouraged to really experience triumph after going through some devastating circumstances in their life. So that's what we're giving them. It's about a turnaround and in many different dimensions, so no one will be left out.
So you don't literally coach people then?
So I coach. I'm a trauma and resilience life coach.
So you do the coaching too. Okay.
Workshops. Yes.
Okay.
I actually have a workshop coming up on July 11th about breaking barriers with KOA Club, a think tank in Seattle. So they're hosting me, and it's on July 11th, breaking barriers in AI for entrepreneurs. So I just happen to be a multi-talented professional. So I leverage all that goodness in those different dimensions so people can understand that there's no more playing small. It's time to rise
Beautiful.
and take action.
I love that. Okay, we have Maria. Maria, you have a question.
I am just so impressed with what you're up to. This is fantastic. And I'm planning to write my story, having been through various traumas and having lived abroad in various places. So if I was, or one of your viewers wants to write their story, has the courage to do that, what's their first step?
I would say the first step would be in deep meditation and reflection.
Mm-hmm.
Really, the hardships that you've experienced in the corporate world that you may not have even voiced. And whether it's over a cup of tea, it might take you a few days to do that, but try and recall, right? You may still be in the corporate space, but you've already
No.
tried, those the maybe viewers who are listening to me maybe still in the corporate space, but they've tried and they've been successful in the entrepreneur way. Those stories need to be told as well because people need to no longer see themselves in the box, right? In a limited mindset. So you first have that reflection. You sit down, you journal, right? And in terms of the pieces, you can we'll invite you to once sign up or whatever, invest in the journey. We invite you in for a Zoom call to be able to share, and we will help with putting those thoughts on paper and give a compelling story that really reflects you and your journey to triumph.
Brilliant.
Okay, so I have a question for you, and that's this. I
Thank you.
work inside of mindset, Saskia, and I heard you talk about mindset. So, inside the corporate world, what do you see is the biggest limited mindset in the women's corporate world, in that space of leadership, that level of leadership? Where do you see the biggest stop for women?
I think the biggest stop would be believing that you need to tick all of the boxes, regardless of which level that you're in. You can be an executive or you can be a business leader and individual contributor, right? If you think that in order to go after a particular promotion and go after a key position, whether it's a lateral move or not, right, that's going to really get you there and get you places, that you need to tick off every single thing that they're asking for, that's a mindset that will keep you back for a lifetime.
And oh, absolutely.
We're
When I was
judging
in,
ourselves. We're over judging
yeah,
ourselves. And we're
yep,
not called to do that. We're called to take a leap
yes,
in faith and take action.
yeah. One of the things I experienced in the corporate world where women were concerned, women leaders, is that because they didn't feel they deserved their position, they then had judgments on other women
Of course.
in their positions. And I saw that so clearly. I got out of it a long, long time ago. 30 years I've been an entrepreneur now, but I was in the corporate world and I saw it and I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's change it. Let's
Stories are like
change it.
yours and what we need to have those compelling narratives.
Yeah,
And wake up. It still seems as though like we're in a deep sleep. What are we waiting?
I
I
know.
literally had to be forced out of that realm because I was part of the, assigned to be part of the front line to
Mhm.
help women really come into themselves,
Yes.
right? And rise to the calling. So we have stories like you, and everybody who's listening out there, I invite you all to come and be part of this book experience. It will transform lives, and
Mm.
it will be something that no one will forget, because this is a pivotal season that we are in right now where women leaders are being called to rise higher. I know that deep down. I'm seeing that. And so being part of something so, I should say, it's like a pilot, right? Right. So being part of that is an experience that you can never really express.
Yeah,
Because
you're a pioneer.
yes, thank you. That's the word I was looking for.
You're opening
I
that
like
door. You're opening that world. That
yes,
world.
pioneer, pioneer. I'm
Yeah.
asking all the women out there who have their stories to share to come on with me, my fellow pioneers, and share your journey. It will enrich you. It'll enrich your soul, right? And as you get uplifted, everybody else gets uplifted. Think about the impact that you'll be making.
So beautiful. And I want the young people that are just starting out in their journeys to really listen to this. I want this podcast everywhere so that the young people that are just starting out in their journey, especially when they're going after degrees and, going to go into that corporate space and climb that corporate ladder, listen to this podcast, guys, because it will save you a lot of heartache. It'll save you a lot of heartache.
Wisdom, wisdom. Without you actually being in it and experiencing it, you're relying on that wisdom from phenomenal leaders.
And
Amazing.
being with powerful women that are taking the journey together is
Yes, it's
amazing.
exciting. You're right.
Amazing and exciting. Thank you,
Thank you.
Saskia. Thank you so much for this interview.
Pleasure. Thank
It
you.
was so
Thank you for having me.
eye-opening and heart-opening, and I will be sharing this all over, and I know all of us will be sharing it. And guys, please, if you want to be a guest on our podcast, please reach out to one of us. We're all over LinkedIn. Reach out to one of us. Your story is vital and valuable, and it just needs to be heard. And that's this platform. That's why this platform, so women can be heard and be able to inspire many young people across the world. And that is what Saskia did today in the corporate world. And sometimes that kind of gets left behind, Saskia. So thank you for creating that space for that group of people that kind of sometimes get forgotten in the space of everything. So thank you so much for today. If you love these episodes, please subscribe to the channel. Please make comments, and please share it. Oh my goodness, share it so it goes out. Let's make this go viral so many women know what Saskia is up to and can step on board. Okay. And we, once again, thank you so much for today and for joining us, guys. We all deserve to thrive. Let's do it together. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.